Okay, I need to do this with you, and this was a continuation, and it's just so funny. I'm looking at John F. Kennedy, and he was number 44. He was also number 35. He was also number 34, and his previous job was the U.S. Senator. Okay, so a U.S. Senator, just in words, Senate, send 8, ina una, 1, sending 1 transfer, and the word sort of looks like it's Taurus, so you're sending it to something that's in between a receiver. So now we go back and we go back and we find out that Harry Truman was 34, 40, 41. We find out that Franklin D. Roosevelt was governor of New York. He was the 44th. And then we go back to find out that Woodrow Wilson was the 34th governor of New Jersey. See all these numbers they're giving us, okay? And just like Warren G. Harding was the 34th term of presidency, right? 29 presidents served 34 terms, and those numbers, I mean, they talk to me, they tell me something, but who needs this information? What am I actually doing? I create an equation that's easily and possibly built, and if you program something, then it will actually run that way to its easiest. Okay, you'll know all bindings. These are like blueprints, these numbers. Okay, where you find them in games is the rest of the recipe of how you're going to use the instrument. And these words, all these words and numbers that come together, they're all telling you actualities, areas of spaces, and the only reason they're telling you areas of spaces is because that's how we know it. If you told me dee da bee ba bee ba, I don't know that language. I know exactly the layman terms I've learned from that's so confusing to everybody else because I don't know math. I don't. I know if I create something, and you with 1 person and 10 people, and everybody can say, yeah, that, what you said, that drawing does exist. Now, what does the drawing do? 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. We've heard it so many times, so it's being used, so it exists. This is the way I work. So I'm looking at Grover Cleveland. It's very funny that he was the 25th and the 27th term of presidency. That is be big. Be big. And it became a Democrat, a Republican, and a Democrat. DEREDE. 4-5, okay, 4-9, and 4-5. 9-9-9. 4 becomes 3-2, 3-2. It's all communication. 4-1-8. 4 times 18 on each side. 4 and 18 equals 22. 2 and 2. That's just, you have to just know what it builds. Anyways, let's get on to, forget about the presidencies, and yeah, it's really funny. I do have to go on to Benjamin Harrison as the 26. 3 by 26 is 78, and that splits 2 sides. And rotation, the 23rd president times 3 equals, because he's really the 23rd president. So times 3 times 23 is 69, and 9 lives of the cat. Then the Grover Cleveland becomes 72, and he is automatically be big. Be big red. Breaking and entering the 7th gate, creation of that 7th gate. So we have Grover Cleveland now as Benjamin Harrison. We're not going to make as last, okay? But Benjamin Harrison, we're now putting as first. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals to 6, 5, 11. Now, why I'm saying that is because the other 3 you're going to get, the other 5 you're going to get, 2 plus 3, is going to be 1 and 4. The other 5 and 6 you're going to get is 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. That's going to be also 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals to 11. That is where pi comes in, and I have that equation for pi also. I have squared pi off, where all the numbers in pi only show 3, 6, 9. Easy as pie to figure that one out. Multiply all the numbers, count them to a single digit by one number, 3, in their own position. Don't forget, every position has a beginning and an end, right? 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. If you're going up and down, right, it's another number. If you're going side to side, you want to pass the line here, or you want to pass the whole square? You pass the line or the square? You pass the line, it's 9. You pass the square, it's 30 whatever, 31, 9 or 31. You understand? You're going through the whole square. ABC, I'm through the square. Ma, I went in, I was in, I'm out. I'm in the door, I'm out the door. But my foot was in. I had to make the extra step to get in from the outside, and the extra step to get in from the inside outside. So I was outside both sides of the house. That's why the house is a little bit longer. I took the extra stride to stay away from the door. Right? What about door space? Man, square things out. Square things out. So you have the 25th president speaks to me about the moon. The 26th president, Theodore Roosevelt. That is your gateway. The 27th, you have now split Venus. Taft takes Venus, okay? Woodrow Wilson gets Jupiter, okay? And Warren G. Harding gets the Venus birth, whatever that means, in 1923. And he's age 57, the number of the moon. So that means Venus was probably born in the moons of Mars. Creation comes in Calvin Coolidge, which creates 108. 3 flights away from the top story of the Twin Towers. Calvin Coolidge, CC creation. Then we have 31, and that's when altered current comes in. Bingo, altered current. We have him as the 36th president, 1928. 19 and 9, 28. The I system coming out of only one place, my friends, Las Vegas. Herbert Hoover, Hoover Dam. Oh my God, the numbers are perfect. 8-10, October 20th, 1020. Complete communication. Apparently, it says he's age 90. Well, they say Franklin D. Roosevelt is 63, so I don't think any of these, I'm not sure anyways. That's where I think it all is, Las Vegas, my friends. So then we have the 34th president, but the 34th president is really JFK, but the first 34th president is Dwight D. Eisenhower. That's 102. JFK becomes the hand of God, okay? And Richard Nixon becomes the top communication center above the Twin Towers, right? But I want to see the year the moon went up. Dwight D. Eisenhower, is that the time we had the moon landing? Number 34 DC coming in. Oh yeah, 42nd and 43rd term, 34th president. Oh, that's perfect. The 9 lives of the cat lives in the moon with Dwight D. Eisenhower, and it moves all the way up until it connects to Herbert Hoover. Eisenhower, Herbert Hoover, Richard Nixon. This is pretty cool in numbers. So we're going to show you this over here. '34th President, Barack Obama. 43rd, JFK, B&O. 3 and 4, 1, 0. 2410. This number over here. So what do we get out of this? 3 plus 1 is 4. 0 plus this. This is exactly what we get. The 3.5 area over here. 0 equaling to 5 all the way around in the center, and all the way around in the center is right over here. All I'm looking for is 147 right now, right? This and this will create my 4. 3 and 1, 4 and 0. Now I want to create the 7 world. 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 7, 7. Then I want to create the 10 world. 7 and 3, 10, 4 and 6, 10. 4 and 6, 1 plus 0 is 1. 3 and 7, 1 plus 0 is 1. 77, 77, 7. 14 and 14, 28 and 7, equaling to your 35, 7, 5, 7. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. The IT system communication at the gateway. And here's your numbers. DC. These are the exact numbers of day and night. There's many more ways. If you want to see the turnstile, how the number goes, 34 goes to 68 communication of the half-life on the cross. Greatest diameter, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, equaling to the X and the plus sign for the star system. 3/4, 3 of 3, hook up. The other side, 3 of 3, hook up. There's a total of 8. You've hooked up 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Is that correct? 3 on the left, 3 on the right. The thing is, 2 of these and 2 of these hooked up to the same system. So when you hook up your left 3 and your right 3, you get 6. But the center one, okay, has a total of only 4. 4 and 4. 8. So anyways, that's 14. That's a cycle around the moon. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 3 and 3 is 6. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 5 and 5 equals 10. All zeros equals 6. Make this 3 and 7. 3 and 7 traps in 6 and 5. 4 is missing in the number. We won't do it yet. 3 and 3 is 6. 1 and 1 is 2. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 2 and 2 is 4. We have the turnstile. A, B, C. D is 65. 21 is the reverse of that number. And then we start getting all the numbers that come out of 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 8 and 6. Second number over here, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will create this over here. The letter M, 10 times 10 times 10, 1,000. The letter M, 1013. 1013, the letter M is 1,000. That's the 13th letter, 1013. JM, Michael Jordan, number 23. I want to mark that down. M equals Roman numerals 1,000 and 13 equals 1013. I like that. 1004. That's my birthday. 64. Yes. So no, I'm born 63. So yeah. So this is the basic thing for the taking of the presidency, right? Or Barack Obama's actually. And this also says cold and hot. Cold and hot. And it's created from 1 and 3 and 1 and 3, which is the Mac system. So it's the Mac system. I'm not sure what else I was supposed to tell you in this video. How we get to the complete size of the Earth, 7920, is 440 by 18. 72 by 11, 20 by 396. It's all about Jupiter. So I showed you this once in a video, and the sizing of this is just not going through my head while I'm not getting it through, while I'm not explaining something. Does this come to a close? At what point does this stop? Well, we see the angle. We see the separation. We know there's another separation in here. So wouldn't we think this is the altered current and now it starts going out this way? And then you can have this part of it. You've seen this before, this C. And then you can have that part of it. And you have the out and you have the other part. Oh boy, not doing good, eh? Not good. Coming up in my next video, we're going to go back to the left thumb, pointer, middle ring, pinky, and all the planets. Just one more time. The heart, the liver, the lungs, the hands, the head, the feet, the nose, the foot, the ears. The ears in year and a in French. Mois is month in French and English. Jour and day is day in English. So I want to get through that. And there's a whole bunch of other little things I don't know if I shared, but all about 1776. How everything shows us that right now the point in time is lingering around the year 2000 right now. And we're going backwards in time. That's according to the Hebrew calendar, and I can show you very simple. In the Hebrew calendar year 5775, in order to bring it to the 7th gate, I work by gateways. You have to work by a number. You have to be going somewhere. That's the number we work with, 7. It could be 7 and 6, and I can get that from the gematria scale. When you climb to 6 from 2 sides, you're climbing on 2 sides 6, and the top one is 7. It's the gateway forward, like the top of the nose. You're climbing up here, you're climbing up here. When you get to here, it's all about 7. You've reached the temple. Now it goes into your mind and it does the jump. It jumps over into the middle of your brain and the vibration starts to speak. In 5777, this will be 0. That's this coming year, 5777. What's funny about that is 1551. When you double these numbers, it says 2112. When you take these numbers and bring it to the 7th gate, you get 6226. All zeros equal 6 because it's an action going through. See? The L letter, the tunnel extension of the last arm I did, but now I made it bigger. See, it looks like it's going in because it is going in. So it's 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels. Now you start to raise these numbers. And the same number, 1551 and 5775, they're the same. Because if you double it up and then double it up and then double it up, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 4 and 4 is 8, and then double it up, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 5. Mars is this time. 57 is the moon, 75 is the GE in the moon, the passageway of 5 and 5. Raphael, and trying to put together what I've done yesterday and today. Thank you for watching this video.